10-foot, 250-ton press brake. Just arrived with a Dell M66 controller. Now waiting for the wrecker to unload it. Today we got the electrician again. This is for the 10th time, I guess. We're gonna be moving this disconnect, replacing with a junction box. We're gonna run new lines for the laser because we moved the laser as well for the 10th time. We're gonna have a disconnect for the laser and a disconnect for the new CNC press brake, which is outside. You're gonna see it in a little bit over there. But yeah, we decided to use a wrecker rotator to lift the machine and set it in place. So we called Jake's Towing, and he said he can do it, so we're doing it. There's another company here next to me, College Oak Towing. They didn't want to do it, so he decided, you know what, if you don't want to do it, someone else will do it. And Jake's Towing is the guys. But yeah, I'm excited. We got a 250-ton 10-foot press brake, so I'll show you once it's all we got no engine. Yeah, let's go. All right, here's the machine. Alright guys, let me give you a different view of this setup. Check out this can work. This thing is massive. And that press brake is like 40,000 pounds. He's maneuvering it like a little puppy here. Check it out. We might have a little issue with the transformator. Let me go see. Hold on. What a beast. $250-ton press, 10 feet, Dell M66 controller. We just set it. We're waiting for the technician to come in. Come in and finish hooking it up and train me how to do all the setups and whatnot. This is the transformer that it came with. So, doing some reorganizing, some new panels, disconnect new lines. We're gonna hook up the transformer for the laser. The chiller hooks up to the transformer, and this transformer for the press brake is gonna have its own disconnect switch, which is kind of cool. So I'm not sure where I'm gonna put the transformer yet. Maybe on this side or there. I'm not sure. But yeah, this is how it looks. It's pretty beefy. It's like 2 inches. It's crazy. Solid steel. We're gonna be making bumpers soon, guys. Let me give a little update on what I've been doing today. Shoot most of the day just prepping, welding, and test fitting and measuring and whatnot. But I think we have the DEF tank almost completed. The way it mounts, the frame rail is gonna go through here. So this mounts on the frame rail. in the holes. This goes in the cross member. I just cut up a hole and clean it up for the fuel neck. We're gonna have a stainless fuel. I have some marks here. It's gonna be like that. So the way it's gonna be filled up is I'm gonna weld it just like that with a little tilt just below the frame rail like that. So when the driver reaches, there's gonna be fuel tank right here. You're gonna see later, but when the driver reaches, he can kind of fill it up. That's it. I don't know how many gallons that is yet, but I mean 8 to 10 gallons, give or take, maybe more, maybe less, who knows. I'm thinking about doing a little cross here. We'll see if it's neat, but I put in my logo in it. Why not, you know? I made sure everything is welded tight. Now I'm gonna put the cap. The cap is gonna be this piece. I'm gonna have to rev nut these holes. It's gonna be like that basically. So this is gonna be the final piece that I'm gonna weld, just like so. And then I'm gonna install everything. I have the little tabs for the pump, and I also made the bracket for the pump to hold it, to bolt it to the back. So yeah, nothing fancy, it's very simple. Bunch of welds. My TIG welder has been giving me some issues, water coolers on and off for some reason, but oh well. Yeah, I'm gonna finish welding. I'm gonna fill it up with water overnight, see if it's leaking anywhere. Tomorrow I'm gonna install it. So just finished the DEF tank installation. Oh, I can't wait to hear your comments. Let me know how dumb this is, and blah blah blah, and blah blah blah, and how are you gonna fill it up, and blah blah blah, and whatever. I don't care. It's not my problem. He's gonna feel however, I guess. I don't care. But whatever. Anyways, we are final stretch. About to pull this truck out, give it a little quick wash, and we're gonna start painting today, guys. I'm gonna show you my new inflatable paint booth. It's 46 foot by, I don't know, it's big. Hopefully we can fit the whole truck. So I'll keep you updated on that one. Maybe it'll turn out nice, or maybe not. We shall see. Well, we made a mess, guys. I started filling up fuel in this truck, and the drain plug wasn't completely sealed, and it was too late. Once I seen it, I was like, oh shit. But speaking of which, this truck is getting together little by little. We've got the front end put together. We're waiting for the air tank brackets to be painted. This side is kind of done. We're waiting for the deck plate. The back side. Let me show you the DEF tank. That's right there is the DEF tank. I can't wait to hear your comments about, oh, I'm gonna fill it up. Well, you're just gonna sit on the step here, open up the cap, and it's gonna sit. It's gonna sit like that, and you're gonna fill up there, little by little. Take a break on the fuel aisle. Just sit down and fill up, and fill up. Take a nap. Anyways, yeah, we made a mess. Got the truck back in the shop to finish up. Don't pay attention to this guy. Here we're doing the matted deck plate. In a little box. Custom mud flap hangers. Custom rear center panel, fenders, opening the fuel tanks, put some fuel. The cowl panels are still at the paint shop, so I don't know when they're gonna come here. This side we gotta do the air tank. I just got the brackets recently. Got the electricians here working their asses off. These are the brackets for the air tank, so these are next to be installed. There's a part number, so I can charge the guy $20,000 for these. They're probably like super expensive. Alright, check out. We got a part number 083033199. So I'm assuming they're gonna be at least $200 a piece.